Welcome to the 2015 Copeland Wyatt Family Reunion. My name is Monica Fountain, and I'm the daughter of Reverend William H. Copeland Jr. and Leola Copeland, and the granddaughter of William, Henry, and Georgia Ann Wyatt Copeland. I heard my grandmother's voice for the very first time 4 years ago at a family reunion in Kansas City. I never met my grandparents, but I know them through their stories, through the stories passed down from generation to generation. It's been said that every family creates a storyteller for a generation so that they can pass down that family stories. But we're all storytellers, and we all need to be retelling our stories, our family stories. So I hope this weekend that you'll take the time to listen to older family members and to tell their story and tell your story. This video is my gift to you. It is a collection of photos from past family reunions and also stories from our elders. Our family history was a passion of Jessie Barbara Copeland Smith, my aunt, and that passion was passed on to Theodis Casey, who's been diligent in keeping our family history and continuing the family reunion. Many thanks to my parents, who were a treasure trove of photos and information, and also to Theodis Casey and Adrian Fawcett, our family videographers, for their contribution to this video. And a special thanks to my husband, John W. Fountain, who made this video possible as well. So I hope you enjoy the family reunion. Kudos to Velva Lorraine and the St. Louis team. And we hope that you enjoy this video, because we are family and this is our story.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garment, as the dew of Herod, as the dew descendeth upon the mountain of Zion. There the Lord commandeth a blessing, even life forevermore.
Like birds of a feather, I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we've just begun to get our share of this world's delight. High hopes we have for the future and our goals in sight. We don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you
that when we was growing up, we give us some new names. Some was Sister Mushat. Some was Sister Fewclo. I was Selby Rolina Pontina. Velvy was Velvina. And we sang the song about put on your little red socks and put on your little red dresses. And that was a main song that car head soup. God ate so much that soup till they gave me in the group. Then next thing I remember, I was out in the cotton field picking cotton, and I did something, and my daddy pulled up a cotton stalk on the whip. So I decided I'll run it. And I was down that gun. He was just stepping like that. And he round. And it got so hot, I said, I'm gonna stop. I stopped and sit down. And Pop said, I looked so pitiful until he stopped beating on me. But I found out I couldn't outrun him. Even he was walking. So
I was tired. And then another incident I remember when, I guess, I don't think I was school-aged. I was appointed to be Marge's companion because two little girls in the road was better than one girl traveling to and from. My mother was a babysitter, so Marge and I was going back to her house and we saw some muscadines, and Marge persuaded me, let's get some muscadines, let's get some. And
What are muscadines?
there's something that look like a grape, but they have a core in it. It's a little bit different. The vine looks a lot like the grapevine also. But anyway, we got some of these grapes. By the time we got to Beulah's house, Margie started complaining, my stomach hurt, my stomach. And her mother says, what did you do? We ate some of those old green grapes that you told us not to eat. And both of us got a whipping on it.
But anyway, this is where we had our start in education, religion, and all. So that's why we came back, just to say hello.
Stayed in Louisiana until 1948 before we moved to Kansas City.
Oh, really? Why did you move to Kansas City?
Trying to do better.
Yeah.
1937.
Okay.
1937.
So she was born in Arkansas or Louisiana?
She was born in Louisiana in 86.
I remember when Alice was born, was Miss Jackson, the midwife, whoever.
Yeah.
They told us she brought a black bag, and they told us she brought the baby in the black bag. And we asked where did she find it, and they said they found it in a hollow log. So we all went out.
Who was we all?
Viola, Gladys, myself, maybe Helen. We all went out looking in hollow logs for babies. And we ran up on a great big scarpet, one of those poison scarpets, and that ended our baby hunt.
What do you remember about your mother, and what type of person was she?
Oh, I tell you, my mother was a beautiful person. And I can remember the younger children under me, that mother never let nothing stop her from doing her work. She always went on and did her work, regardless of how large and how small the baby was. And we placed where we lived at. We had a place to live in, and we had a place to live. And mother cooked. We had all her cooking and everything else like that. I remember all these things. And we had an old well out and everything, so I remember that she was going to whip me. And she was going to whip me, and so I decided not to climb over in the well. She hollered at me, leave it alone. So she's going to climb in the well. So I had one foot up on the top of the well, and the other foot down there on the ground. And I didn't learn how to go down and come up out of the well. But she didn't know that. Mother didn't know that stuff.
Oh, you had learned how to go down and come back up out of it?
That's right.
Okay.
And so, anyway, mother left me alone. And I made out like I was going to go on down in there anyway. And so I stood there, waiting on them to leave me alone. And as they left me alone, well, I sit there with put my feet on the bank of the other well. And finally, I crawled out of it. But most issues without somebody, you know, to come and get me. She put on the left
Tell me about your father. What type of person she was?
My mother is a lovely, sweet woman, the sweetest woman I ever know. Believe me. And as far as other children coming in, even to have dinners, we just made them all welcome. And what can I say? She was just wonderful. If I asked her if I could do something, well, the only thing that Papa had the last word. See, if she said, well, yeah, you can go, but I have to ask Mr. Copeland.
She called him
my
Mr.
daddy
Copeland?
Mr. Copeland. And if he said no, well, that was that. But right now I can't think of anything other than she disciplined us, she taught us, you know, right?
Oh, she was beautiful woman when you look back and see how patient she was, how giving she was, because our house was the house, I would say, of mercy. People come there for advice and whatever, you know, they needed. They would come to her for some reason. And so that's the way our house was. Whatever they needed, if somebody got sick in the community, they would call her just as though she was a doctor. But she wasn't, I guess because of her children.
About your father, what do you remember about him?
Oh, my father personified the strongest man in the world. I didn't think anybody could outdo my father. They couldn't. He'd take me and just lift me up in the air, and I thought, wow, he is so strong. There's not another man. To me, he was stronger than Samson.
Well, he was very well respected. He respected among all, not only the black but the white. You know, whatever he said, they knew he meant it. He didn't have to repeat. He said it. That was what it was. And so that's how people respected him.
What I would do without the Lord, without the Lord. I don't know what I would do without the Lord, without the Lord. I can look around and see what the Lord has done for me. I don't know what I would do without the Lord, without the Lord. I can't read my hand without the Lord, without the Lord. I can't read my hand without the Lord, without the Lord. I can look around and see what the Lord has done for me. I don't know what I would do without the Lord, without the Lord.
Welcome you guys here to Kansas City, Missouri. Hopefully you've had a good time to this point. I'm the descendant of Beverly Garrett, who's the descendant of Beulah Hunter, who was a direct descendant of William Sr. and Georgia Ann, so that's my relation to the family. I'd like to thank the Kansas City Committee for their part in putting this together, especially Theolis and Deborah, and for allowing them to let me assist with this. I've been saying since '05 that I wanted my generation to get involved and assist with this, and done more of this go around. It's a lot of work, so hopefully you guys have seen the commitment and dedication we've done, and we appreciate the fact that you guys made it. There's other things you could have done. There's other things you could have paid for and had expenses with. So we appreciate the fact that you're here. Once again, welcome to Kansas City. I'd like to make a special plea to my generation, like I did in '05, to get involved. And even though it may not be in your city, to call a cousin, uncle, whoever you can get a hold of through email. My generation, we use a lot of text messaging. We can call each other and just be encouraging from city to city and just stay involved. We do this every 2 years. It's kind of like a vacation to me. I can travel and go to other cities and just have a good time. We've been doing this since 1937, and a lot of families don't do this, so appreciate what we have. Thank the ones that came before us. We had good role models and good leaders. It's time for us to step forward and continue this thing, and let's see how far we can keep this thing going. So once again, welcome to Kansas City. I'm your chair, Jason Garrett, along with Theodis Casey, and we appreciate you being here.
Hello, welcome to Kansas City, the Copeland Family Wyatt Reunion. I'm Theodis Casey. I'm the chair, along with Jason Garrett, of this year's reunion. Also, I'm the one of the offsprings of Elaine Copeland Casey, which is an offspring of Georgia Ann Wyatt and William Henry Copeland Sr. This year's presentation is just going to share just a portion, a small portion of what's been shared with us in the way of legacy of the family in the past. And hopefully this will inspire you to share what legacy information you may know with the family while you're here. Also, share that down-home love. That's the theme for this year's reunion. Now, some of you have seen portions of this presentation in the past, and some of you haven't. So maybe it will be re-enlightening and enlightening to those as you view it. I'm going to break in back in 2005, where I made some comments about my memories and a little bit of legacy of the family. So enjoy.
You know, our reunions are founded or centered around William Henry Copeland and Georgia Ann Copeland. And within this DVD, we're gonna center that lineage information around there, and that's gonna be narrated by Monica Copeland, which is the daughter of Reverend William Henry Copeland Jr. But before we go there, I want to just kind of maybe share some information or some memories that I had just dealing with my grandparents, which were, in my memory, were my only grandparents, and that was William Henry and Georgia Ann Copeland. And the one thing that I remember about reunions is basically that reunion back in '99 that we had in Monroe, Louisiana, where we marched in front of the old schoolhouse and church, which is now still a church today down there. I remember the prayers, I remember the songs, I remember the sharing of memories.
The communities in which we live, and we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, I remember that when we was growing up, we give us some new names. Some was Sister Muscat. Some was Sister Pupil. I was Selby Rolina Fontina. Selby was Velvina. And we sang the song about put on your little red socks and put on your little red dress. Then that was a main song that head suit, God ate so much that suit to the heavy in the group. And then next thing I remember, I was out in the cotton field picking cotton, and I did something and my daddy pulled up a cotton stalk on the window. So I decided to outrun him. And I was down there, and he was just sitting like that. And he down. And it got so hot, I said, I better stop. I stopped and sit down. And Pop said, I looked so pitiful until he stopped beating on me. But I found out I couldn't outrun him. And he was walking. So somebody
I was appointed to be Margie's companion because two little girls in the road was better than one girl traveling to and from. My mother was a babysitter, so Marge and I was going back to her house and we saw some muscadines, and Marge persuaded me, let's get some muscadines, let's get them. And there's something that look like a grape, but they have a core in it. A little bit the vine looks a lot like the grapevine also. But anyway, we got some of these grapes. By the time we got to Beulah's house, Margie started complaining, my stomach hurt, my stomach. And her mother says, what did you do? We made some of those old green grapes that you told us not to eat. And poor folks got whipping on it.
But anyway, this is where we had our start in education, religion, and all. So that's why we came back, just to say hello.
That brought me back memories when I used to go down there or sent down there by my parents during the summers, and we spent a month or a few weeks down there with Grandpa and Grandma. I remember Grandpa being tall, and strong, but yet spiritual, but sly. He was sly. You know, we tried to do some things behind his back when we thought he was sleeping, and he would just catch us at him. But Grandma, she was small, very, very mild-mannered, very petite in nature, but yet spiritual. But she would carry on the family chores of fixing things in the kitchen for us, feeding the chickens, calling in the hogs. I remember her sitting on the porch snapping green beans and shucking corn. And I remember her sending us off to the garden, bringing back watermelons, or sending us off to the, what we call the mule shed, and bringing back watermelons. We bust watermelons on the front porch, and we just loved that, and busted with our fists because Grandpa would show us how to do that. And we just spit seeds at the chickens. But those were good times. And I remember the times when the Robeson family, the Robeson girls came down, and with Greg Cunningham, and you know, that was a great time because the Casey boys were down there pretty much primarily for the week, the stay that we were there all by ourselves. And so to have new family members, that was like a reunion to us. But the thing about them Robeson girls, they had to share that bath water with them. We had to wash in a tub, and after they finished, and we didn't use that same bath water. Well, you know, that was, well, you know. But anyway, those are my memories. Now we're going to go with the narration from Monica Copeland, Fountain.
The Copeland family traces its roots to William Bill Copeland and Virginia McCamey. According to family folklore, Bill, his brother, and his sister came to the United States from the British Caribbean Isles as slaves. The ship was destroyed by fire, and Bill, a baby, was thrown overboard and caught by his 19-year-old sister in her apron. Later, Bill married Virginia and had 14 known children, the oldest being William Henry, born in 1879. Here are pictures of William and his brother, Matt, and the following is his sister, Pearl, and sister, Catherine, brother, Director, sister, Lily, Edward, brothers Tom and Bishop, known as BB, the offspring of Bill and Virginia Copeland, William Henry, Matt, Pearl, Catherine, Pearl Bella, Sneed, Edward, Matt, Director, Tom, Mary, Will, Bishop, BB, Lily, and Hosey. Bill Copeland and his sister migrated to Louisiana. At the age of 5 or 6, Bill was sold to Magnolia, Arkansas. William Henry, Bill and Virginia's oldest son, and his first wife, Mary Snell, had 4 offspring, Gerlie, Pearl, Gertrude, and William Nathaniel. After Mary's death, he married his second wife, Georgia Ann Wyatt. The Wyatt branch of the family traces its roots to Jordan and Lucy Wyatt. Jordan and Lucy had a son, Reuben, who had offspring by Eliza Vales, of which Georgia Ann was one. Georgia had 6 sisters and 2 brothers, 2 half-sisters, and 2 half-brothers. Reuben Wyatt and Eliza Vale had 8 children. They lived at nearby plantations in the Chatham, Louisiana area. Their children were Georgia Ann, Robert, Alan, Mary, Ida, Rosie, Mahalia, Renthie, and Susan. Later, Reuben married Dora, but Eliza always remained within hollering distance, and Big Reuben, as he was known, later deeded her 40 acres. Their children were Lucy, Ethel, and Patrick. Reuben also had a child by Becky Rush, Jack.
William Henry, who was a logger in Magnolia in Arkansas, met Georgia Ann when he settled in the Chatham area after fleeing from trouble in Arkansas. William and Georgia moved to Dotson and had 11 children. This is Georgia Ann's sister, Rosie Wyatt. Her sister, Mahalia. Brother, Patrick.